Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Eco Posh for You YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about something that's probably going to be a little controversial, even amongst the people that actually listen to this. And I would suggest that you listen all the way to the end, because we're going to be looking at a couple things. We're going to be looking at some posts from this forum. We're also going to be looking at some economic data as well. So please stay to the end. I think this is an important conversation we need to have. And we're going to start by reading this controversial post. It says, to cut down on the devaluing of Poshmark's quality items, I'm suggesting that Poshmark set a floor, a minimum bid across the board of $15. This would end lives at the bins and from thrift stores. As well, items would come back up to Posh's former perceived value as having quality, curated merchandise versus $3 and $5 yard sale live at the filthy bins prices. Now we're going to read through a sampling of the comments and see how people are feeling about that post. And the first comment reads, anything below $10 for me goes straight to Marketplace, aka Facebook. I'm not wasting my time on listings to make a few dollars. And all of my inventory is from the bins. Marketplace is only 5% fees and labels are $4 and $5.75. Things move so much quicker there. So, and on Poshmark, it does take a while to list things if you are doing it correctly, because that means that you're taking measurements and you're taking pictures of those measurements. So, okay. Who do people think they are to tell a company how to run their business? Tell Walmart to not sell so cheap because the small businesses need to sell, and see what Walmart would have to say. Capitalism is a reality in our nation, and thank God we still have it. I see a lot of people who believe the Poshmark commercials take only a minute. I think Poshmark should have some standards. A bunch of crap for a few bucks with one photo. The average time people spend online for purchase is 5 minutes. First impressions are everything. I don't make a habit of trying to list $5 items, but I am also a realistic person. Sometimes I bring something home and it has damage I didn't see before. $5 it is, and I cross-post. If it sells on another platform with less fees, I can at least break even. There are also plenty of people with DIY projects or sewing skills that are happy to purchase these items. There are several reasons why some may list an item for under $15. Those sales keep me going. I needed this while I looked for a full-time job. If there was a limit as suggested, I would be homeless. I really like this comment. Perceived value. That ship has mostly sailed. Markets change constantly. The better suggestion is Posh fix their really messed up search functionality. The economy is tough for many. The live sellers are meeting that need. The luxe sellers are still meeting their client needs. There is room for everyone. I really like this comment, and I have to say, my personal opinion from what I see on Posh, I don't know. I feel like people are looking for either really cheap, less expensive items, or they're looking for higher end items. I feel like the items that are mid-priced maybe don't get as much love. That may or may not be true. That's just my perception, but I do really like this comment a lot. My bins are not filthy. I find the most beautiful, often high-end items there in perfect condition. And I love that everyone there thrifting is reducing thousands of clothes from the landfill. Great point. Some of the most successful auctions are the ones with $3 and $5 starts. People want a deal. They aren't going to stick around for $15 start prices on most things. Okay, I'm deceased at this one. How to say you're a snob without saying that you're a snob. I got a vintage Chanel at the bins for $67C and sold it on Poshmark for just under $1K. The person who bought it from me loves it and doesn't care that it's from the filthy bins. I hope that gives you an aneurysm. Bad idea. The lives aren't killing Poshmark, their lousy search engine and the economy are. Okay. All right. I mean, there's some truth to this. I don't know how much other people are selling things for because I only mind my own business. That one is funny. The best thing about running your own business is that you can do it however you want. I have tons of items I get for free. Pretty much my entire extended family is always giving me stuff. I shop at the bins where I pay just over $1 for bread and butter, and then I have pieces I pay up for. There are certain items I'd take any offer on, and others I won't go less than 20% off on. A mixed business model does well for me. Sometimes I have tons of high dollar sales, and I can make over $100 in profit on one item. Then the next day I'll make $100 and ship out 12 items. Whatever works for you. If people are killing it doing lives, more power to them. Worry about you. I have items that I just want to get rid of, and I'm perfectly willing to sell them for less than $15. I don't have a source for the top dollar stuff anyway. However, I was thinking about making a $25 minimum purchase so that lower priced items would have to be bundled. I'm juggling multiple jobs, and less than a $25 sale is seeming more and more not worth the hassle. Just my 2 cents worth. I do agree with this because I sell things, and I'm going to get more into my opinion on this, like I said at the end. If you can bear with me to then, we're just going to look at a couple things. But basically, whenever I do my sales, I do require a $20 minimum from people. So, I feel like that's important. And it kind of helps you get rid of some of the things in your closet, but definitely recommend doing a minimum for sure. These posts are worse than live shows. Y'all act like low dollar sales weren't a thing before lives. What do you think those 3 for $15 and 5 for $20 closet sales are for? No thanks, I source off Posh too. You can just ignore low offers, but some people just want to move their items, and you can get good deals if you find those closets. Say what you want, but everyone here has thrown a $5 or less sale to get rid of inventory and stolen business from someone else. Let everyone get money the way they want and stop trying to gatekeep something that is supposed to be fun and an act of environmental conservation. It's asinine. I agree, these lives are ruining Poshmark and the ability to get a fair sale. I've gotten so many lowball offers, it's discouraging, but if someone has the patience to sit through these ridiculous shows, I will just keep renting more local booths in my area where I can make more cash and not even have to photograph or deal with Poshmark fees, returns, etc. If anyone finds a platform like this, please let me know. It would be nice to sell my higher quality items on a platform known for quality. I have sold some things on Vestiaire, but it's not user friendly. For me anyway. That's one I've not heard of. I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly. It sounds weird. Oh wow. Okay. Bitter Betty here. Lives are only working for certain people, and they destroyed everyone else that worked so hard to get their closets where they needed to. And all the ones happy about lives would feel the other way around if they were losing sales over lives, if they didn't do lives. Everything was fair before lives. Honestly, I think Posh needs the opposite, like a lower commission for items under $15 to help sellers get things out of their closets and help maintain a circular economy, especially with all the fast fashion bullshit out there. No one is buying Forever 21 for $15. That's a great comment, in my opinion. Alright, here's another comment I like. None of y'all have taken any sort of economics course ever, and it shows. A free market means that the supplier ultimately sets the price and the buyer drives the demand. It is not the job or right of the governing body to set price standards. Uh-oh. A separate division for live sales, so those of us who are not interested don't have to get notified of all their sales. Uh-oh, guys, we're talking secession here. Secession. Alright, and this is the last comment we're going to read before we get into the economic chart we're going to look at. But I really love this comment. I love this comment so much. It says, opposing viewpoint. I marked 70 plus items from my closet not for sale. They were good quality, good brands. Free People, Zara, American Eagle, various Marshalls brands from my own closet just hadn't sold in over a year and taking up space. They'd also been relisted, some of them as many as 5 times. Lots of space, and I was tired of looking at them. I brought the items to Plato's to try to get a few bucks. They took 7 men's items for $15 because they were quote-unquote overrun with inventory. Their words, not mine. I took them home, defeated. I then thought, I have access to lives. Maybe people would be interested. First night, 16 items that would have otherwise been donated with a profit of $46. 3 buyers, all bundles. Second night, 29 items sold, multiple bundles, $98 profit. Outside of lives, I made 21 more sales at little under asking they offered or I did. Almost at $700 for the month thanks to the stuff I was going to donate. Not everyone has the same business model, and that's okay. If bottom line was $15, I'd be stuck with 70 pieces that couldn't sell. Exactly. This is a marketing chart that I think is really important to look at, and it is the consumer spending intentions for 2023 done by Nielsen IQ in their consumer outlook survey. And these are going to be the percentages of things that people are going to be spending more on and less on in 2023. Okay? So utilities, people are going to be spending 23% more on utilities, on groceries and household items. They're going to be spending 19% more. And you can kind of go down the list and you can see the other things as they kind of go down in number. And conversely, on the other side, the things that people are going to be spending less on in 2023. Now, when you start at the very bottom, the things that people are going to be spending absolutely the least on, that's going to be out of home dining and eating, okay, at negative 25%. Out of home entertainment, negative 22%. Oh, and then look, clothing and apparel, negative 19%. Okay? So take a look at that data. Let that marinate on that for a moment. Okay, we're going to look at something else. What we're looking at now is going to be just a list of the Fed rate hikes that they did starting in 2022 and going to the most recent one, which was on May 3rd, 2023. So you can see all the rate hikes here and how it has steadily climbed to where it is now. And we are now currently sitting at between 5 and 5.25% interest rate. So you can see kind of the trajectory that we've been going in as far as having that raised. And we are currently in, obviously, May of 2023. So you can see that the effects of this rate hike are still not going to be completely felt yet. So there are going to be some definitely turbulent times ahead economically. So the thing is, it's really competitive right now because there's less disposable income. People have less to spend. Unless there are people that buy high dollar items, obviously those people probably, they probably have more to spend. But when it looks like this, people don't have as much to spend. And so they're out there looking for those deals. So I think everyone should definitely keep that in mind. And you also need to think about what kind of audience that you're trying to cater to. You also need to think about what kind of items you have. You also need to think about, like sometimes when I see people's garage sale items, when you go to a garage sale and people have things overpriced, I see that at garage sales, and I see that a lot on here too. but it's not my business to tell people how to price their items. And I don't get in the practice of doing that. But I definitely see people think their stuff is worth more than what it's really worth. And I see that quite often. And I realize that we put a lot of time and effort and everything like that into it, but I also feel like these things need to move. There needs to be movement. If there's not movement, then they're priced too high, you know? And I also feel like we don't all sell the same type of items. We don't all sell, some of us sell things that are really high dollar. Some of us sell things that are not so high dollar. You know, I think I'm kind of a combination. I have some electronics. I have electronics I need to list, actually. I need to get on that. But, you know, I have some electronics and things that are worth a little bit more money. But most of the stuff I have is affordable. Because right now in this economy, that's just how I prefer to do it. I understand right now what the economy looks like. And so I'm pricing my things appropriately. And I also realize that we're also competing for fewer dollars now. So, you know, you need to be aware of that too. I mean, obviously you want to make sure that you make your money back on it. You want to make some profit on it as well. I just think that there's a lot of factors that need to be considered here. And there's so many different feelings about this. So this is something, like I said, that we're going to need to discuss further. But this is it for today. And I hope I've given everybody some food for thought. And I hope everybody has some great sales and a wonderful day.